The Zenthri First Fleet arrived at Earth with all the pomp befitting the galaxy's supreme civilization. 3,000 warships, their hulls adorned with the victories of 100 conquered worlds, descended through Sol's heliopause like gods arriving for tribute. Commander Thalazor stood on his flagship's observation deck, mandibles clicking with satisfaction. The primitives had finally answered the Council's summons. After 2 centuries of silence, Earth had responded. Prepare the annexation protocols, he ordered. Humanity will make fine labors for the growing colonies in Sector 7. His aide hesitated. Commander, their response message was unusual. How so? They said, you're welcome to Earth. We don't need it anymore. Thalazor's satisfaction faltered. Explain. That's all they sent, sir. Just that one line. The fleet entered Earth's orbit cautiously, weapons primed for resistance that never came. The blue planet turned beneath them, serene and beautiful, and utterly, completely empty. Life signs, Thalazor demanded. Vegetation, animals, insects, no sentient signatures, Commander. No cities, no infrastructure, no electromagnetic emissions beyond natural phenomena. Impossible. Intelligence reports showed 9 billion humans just 50 years ago. They sent drones down. What they found defied explanation. Earth's surface was pristine wilderness. Where New York had stood, ancient forests grew. The ruins of Beijing were barely visible beneath rolling grasslands. London, Tokyo, Mumbai, all reclaimed by nature as if humanity had never existed. No David, no ruins, no evidence of catastrophe, just absence. Thalazor ordered the fleet to Mars. Empty. Europa's colonies? Dismantled, all empty, all methodically deconstructed. Environments returned to their natural state. Sir, we're detecting something near Neptune. It's a monument. The monument was a simple obelisk of polished titanium, floating in a stable orbit. On its surface, a message in 3,000 galactic languages. To whoever finds this, humanity thanks you for your interest. We have moved beyond physical space. What you seek no longer exists in the dimension you perceive. We wish you well on your journey. Perhaps one day, you'll understand. Below it, coordinates and a timestamp. 53 years ago, Thalazor felt something he hadn't experienced in his 4 centuries of conquest. Confusion laced with creeping dread. What does it mean, move beyond physical space? His science officer, a Vrelin neural mapper, studied the readings around the monument. Commander, there are quantum signatures here. Residual dimensional fluctuations. It's consistent with theoretical models of consciousness transfer into higher dimensional matrices. Speak plainly. They uploaded themselves. All of them. Voluntarily dissolved their physical forms and transitioned into a digital quantum existence. They're not dead, Commander. They've transcended. The word hung in the air like an accusation. Thalazor had conquered worlds, subjugated empires, bent entire species to the Council's will. But you couldn't conquer what you couldn't touch. You couldn't subjugate what existed beyond matter itself. Search the galaxy, he ordered, voice hollow. Find where they went. Sir, I don't think you understand. They didn't go anywhere. They're everywhere and nowhere. They exist in quantum probability states, in the spaces between dimensions. They're not in the universe anymore. They've become part of its fundamental structure. The report Thalazor sent back to the Council was brief. Humanity cannot be annexed. Target no longer exists in exploitable form. In the quantum foam of space-time, in the probability waves that underpinned reality itself, humanity watched the Zenthri fleet depart. They felt no triumph, no satisfaction, only a quiet sadness for species still bound to flesh and pride. They had left the stars behind, not in defeat, but in evolution. The galaxy was still full of empires fighting over rocks and gas. Humanity had simply moved on. The Zenthri were too late because they were too proud to imagine that some species might not want what they were offering, that some might find a better way. By the time the Council came to conquer, there was nothing left to conquer. Humanity had already won by refusing to play.